Thank you for coming through, man. I actually got a chance to check the album out. Thank you for that, man. It's fucking great, man. I swear. It's really I don't want to think too hard on it, but for real, because I really listened to it this morning and shit, and it's like it kept me engaged because the transitions and shit. So that's one thing about me. I really love fucking experiment. Like, is it? Do you consider it to be like experimental?
It's experimental
shit?
For sure.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's why I love like your music is yeah, like I like the way things interweave.
Yeah.
Keep you entertained, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, as much as I love minimal shit, I do love shit to be crazy. My favorite song on there so far is A Drone. That shit is, like, I love hearing songs where I'm like, how the fuck did they make this shit, man? Like, so I was playing that, played that back like 3 or 4 times, like, what the fuck? But even like, I don't know if you want to spoil or anything, but also the album comes out the end of September.
Or something, yeah.
The Above. But it felt almost like I was listening to like a movie. Like,
dude, thank you. That's big, like in the mind. That's a big part of the goal the whole time. It's like, all right, we've got all these different types of music and like subgenre shit we're trying to throw at the wall. So I feel like the only way to make it like feel connected and feel not just like a jukebox of horse shit is to give it that those cinematic transitions. And
so it is a concept album, because I do feel like it was like an underlying theme in some sense. I mean,
100%.
When you listen to an album like the first sit with, it's one of those albums you probably got to sit with for a minute to really fully understand what the fuck is going on.
I hope so, bro.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I'm like, fuck. So I couldn't really just grasp everything on my first couple listens, man, but I really felt like it was almost like sitting down listening to a movie, and I really felt like I love fucking concept albums, but one hard thing that I fucking have to balance with like making concept albums is making shit that you can play live too.
Yeah,
and that's what I was like, fuck, how do they fucking do this shit? Because this shit is good. It's a rock album to the core. That shit is gonna fucking rock out. You know what I'm saying?
Rock, yeah.
So shit, man. So you got the album coming out, man. Y'all got the fucking single with fucking Billy Corgan.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
You fuck with
man.
Billy Corgan?
Yeah, I'm Smashing Pumpkins, man.
You like a lot of different rock shit.
Yeah, man. I'm raised on that shit in some sense, man. Like I would say it really started for me discovering myself was obviously like new metal shit.
Yeah,
with fucking Korn, because they was genre bending too. They was putting the hip hop in their shit. So I'm from the rap shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
we just toured with them like a couple 6 months or a year ago. It's pretty cool. It's like they're older, they're chilling for sure. Yeah. They're chilling in the room, but they're good dudes.
It was on my bucket list. I got a chance to do a remix with them, and that was like, oh,
I saw that.
I was like, fuck. So yeah, man. When I know for me, I got an album coming out soon, and I'm already starting to get the jitters. Is it like a nervous feeling? Like,
I'm nervous because I don't know if you can relate to this or not, but you probably can. But when you do we're on the fringe of popularity. You know what I mean? Like we're not popular to a point where, let's say we put out a disc that everyone hates, like we ain't gonna exist probably. You know what I mean? So that's the. I mean, just we can't. You know what I mean? So that's the only jitters. I mean, artistically, we were able to work on it for like 3 years. We worked on it for a long time. So I love it. I know I love it. But the jitters are just like, well, live or die.
No, it definitely shows, man. Like, just really, like, I was really just stuck, like, all the transitions and just, it's just really genre bending, man. And I really fucking gravitate towards music like that, man. So
I appreciate, dude, that. Like, we want to make a rock record for sure, but we're inspired by a lot of different kinds of stuff. Like I always even go to JPEG all the time, like his production style, the production on your records. Like when we're messing with the way we're combining layers, we're usually listening to hip hop or electronic music, or because just trying to figure out like how can you get some of those lows and highs into rock music in like a cool, not like a corny ass fucking like rap metal way. You know what I mean? Like, but learning from the production, because the innovation in production has been all like hip hop and shit. It hasn't really been rock at all. So it's like take the old school shit from rock and learn some of the new school stuff from like the experimental hip hop stuff we like in electronic music and industrial music, and try to fry them up together. And
another thing I was super impressed with, just the fact that it's so much going on sonically. It was fucking mixed amazingly, man. Like, thank you, man. Like, what was the process of making an album? Like, how did?
Dude, it was fucking long. Like, literally, my bandmates truly do despise me just because we keep going and digging and digging and digging until we get to the end result, So we'll make something, we'll make demos, Now we've gotten pretty decent at like Pro Tools. We fucking get there'll be 100 tracks on it. Deconstruct that, almost mix the demo into like a real song. Then this time we went to Steve Albini, who's like a fucking awesome producer, did like fucking Nirvana and Pixies and all kinds of punk shit. And we just went in, kind of re-recorded the band, being like real prepared, and then kind of pushed it back into the demo and took the different layers and redid some stuff. Okay, we had like sampled strings. Now let's record real strings. But we produced the whole album ourselves this time, so it was easy to just kind of like do it our way and just take a really long time to put it together.
It's definitely layered, man. Like and it's almost like one of those like can't expect it type shits. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way the sounds just come from out of nowhere and shit. Like, what the fuck, man?
I think like of some horror shit sometimes. Like this one may be a little less, but I'll pick like a genre of like movie or something when we're going into a disc. Like, okay, I want this to have that like psychological horror feel, or have like this song should have like those kind of moments. Like maybe not, we don't do like jump scares, but like we'll do. I want it to feel like that.
There's jump scares in there. I would say that where you're like, what the fuck? How did that come about? Like, because even from like the way it starts to how it ends is fucking crazy, man. It felt like I said, it felt like me listening to an audio movie in some sense.
Dude, hearing that from you, that's good to me. Because no, seriously, like you do some crazy shit on your records. The one that the you and JPEG record has literally the most psychotic production I've like ever heard in my life.
Peggy's a fucking monster, man.
Dude, like, he's insane. It's like I listen to it and I'm like, there's actually nobody doing that.
No, it's not.
At all. No. Like it's like people will do interviews and I'm like, oh well, what hip hop stuff are you into that's new? And I'll just like always mention him because I'm like, dude, it's like I can't even explain it. Like the way it's like 3D shit, dude.
Yeah,
it's like stuff's here. You know?
For me, it's like I'm honored to work with him, and it's just I just always want people to like push the genre forward and take it to places that it hasn't been taken before. So it's like it's easy to just do traditional shit or get inspired by something you heard before and just try to recreate that kind of shit.
Do you ever want to do that shit, like something more traditional? Because pretty much none of your records, like over the last couple, are traditional. I mean, there's songs that have hooks.
I would say, working with Q-Tip, it was more like dialing it back.
Yeah.
In some sense, because it was just like, I was working with just like a, like to me, I was like Queen's rap was like, Nas and Mobb Deep. So I was almost like cosplay for me, what I'm saying? Or Tribe, but it still was because even though for me, I'll be like, oh, it's normal. And then my manager and they'll be like, no, this shit ain't normal.
This happens to me constantly. That's the same thing. Like they'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, we're going to put this out and everyone's going to be like, they're not going for it. They're not pushing it. And they're like, dude, listen to the rest of the shit that's going on. But whatever. That's what makes it hard, man. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I always go for. Someone's just pushing the genre forward and just, because with hip hop, it could just be so easy to just get caught up in what's hot at the moment. Because it's so, I guess any musical genre at that point, you just feel like something that's trendy is going to work. And it's hard to take risks.
What's the trendiest shit now?
I guess probably like the loops. Like motherfuckers buying like producer kit loops and shit and just putting them shits together and like auto-tune shit and just like really just like keeping it simple as possible, which is dope in some sense to me because I look at it like it's really hard to like just keep it at the most minimalist form and people to still like that shit.
The Playboy Cardi record's minimal, but it's fucking it's amazing. I mean, that one I feel like that is the record that clicked that style in for me a little bit. But what I felt like was part of it was because of what I was seeing. Like I saw the whole thing. Yeah. So once you see the whole thing and you hear it, it's like then it clicks in and all of a sudden it's like when you're listening, like you're saying about listening to a movie, it's like you're seeing the whole picture and then it's fucking awesome. I don't know what it would be like to listen to it without seeing the gimmick, like just the whole, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the album's going to be a classic, to be honest. Because awesome. I mean, I feel like it peaked the genre at that point, where it probably clicked for a lot of older people that's been listening to hip hop for a long time. Like, no, that Cardi shit is fucking crazy.
Did you like his shit before that?
I would say this is my favorite shit he's done. I can definitely say that.